When I was 3 years old, I always told my parents I'm going to be a professional fisherman or something to do in the industry. And just now that I'm 32, it's happening, and it's pretty awesome to see it really start from nothing just 4 years ago, and now to see people all over the world using my stuff, and it's just awesome. It makes me want to work even harder to keep it going.
Pat Magdaleno started Mag's Custom Rods in 2017. What has now become a business was initially Magdaleno making himself a new fishing rod.
I just couldn't find the right fishing rod for what I was doing. I was steelhead fishing at the time, and I just figured I would make my own, and I made one, and then it caught everyone's attention, and then it just kind of snowballed, and here I am almost 4 years later, and it's a full-time job for me and a few other people.
Custom rods give fishers more options in the weight, length, and colors of their rod.
You can customize them from top to bottom, different colors, different lengths, different actions. We use high quality stuff too. So, and then a lot of guys they like to, customize it to whatever color they want. Some people like loud colors, and some people like a classy color.
To make the rods, they start by taking a blank and adding a handle.
We have different handles. This is like a rubber material, and this is a custom cork that we make in-house here. We buy the cork, but we shape it and glue it in-house. And then that's the first process, is you glue the handle on the blank.
After the glue dries for 24 hours, they attach the guides.
You tie the hook keep on, and you tie, the guides on. This is probably the most time-consuming process, because we can glue a lot of handles in one day, but tying them is where, it just takes the most time. We use two different types of eyes. These are recoils, so you can actually bend these, and they'll just snap right back into place. They're made out of titanium nickel. They're really pricey, but they are nice. They're about half of the weight as a normal eye, and you just can't break them. So that's kind of a huge thing with ice fishing rods. They kind of get abused.
Now the threads get a coat of epoxy.
We have our 2-part epoxy that has to be perfect, otherwise it doesn't cure right. And then we put them onto that and let them sit for about 12 hours, and then we can shut them off, but they won't fully cure till about 24 hours.
Then the rods dry, and they are ready for customers to attach a reel and cast away.
We have a pretty good system here. We have one guy that does all the handle work, one guy that does, or two guys that do all the thread work, and then myself and Phil do all the epoxy work. And just shipping alone is a job. I try to do all the shipping just so I could get the last look at the rod.
Magdaleno learned most of what he knows from conferences and online, but he says the thing that helped the most is trial and error.
When I first started, it was a lot of YouTube, and I went to a couple conventions. I went to one in Illinois, I went to one in Minnesota, and I would just go there and just learn how to do it the right way. And then with a little help from the internet and stuff, and the best thing was trial and error, and just doing it myself and making the mistakes. And finally, I have it down pretty good.
Sadie Cornish, Magdaleno's girlfriend, helps out at the shop. They met shortly after Magdaleno began building the rods, and Cornish says seeing his passion is motivating.
It's been really rewarding watching it grow so big, and seeing his passion is really, it's really motivating, actually, to see how far he's come since day one,
Cornish says she didn't know much about fishing rods at first, but now she's built rods for her parents for Christmas and helps with other things around the shop.
I've learned so much from being with Pat in this business. Like, when he used to talk about these rods and different actions, and I had no idea, but now it's like I can help build the rod too.
Magdaleno says in 2017 it started as a hobby, but in the past 2 years things have grown, and it doesn't look like that will stop anytime soon. Reporting in Gwin, Melissa Venix, Local 3 News.